we knew we wasn't going to be projected high, but we knew the grind and the sacrifice we had to put in, that off season. I kind of seen the team, come together. I seen those guys out there working hard and playing. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think we got something here. And, let's just see how far it could take us.
The College Football Podcast Van is presented by Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Welcome back to the College Football Podcast Van. I'm here with Xavier Scott, defensive back from the University of Illinois. Xavier, thanks so much for taking the time to hang out with us today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me here.
Well, I know you're doing good because you're doing good on the football field this year. And we're going to talk about your team's success, but I want to first focus on the amazing season that you've been putting together so far. 3 interceptions on the season. You've been a real problem for opposing offenses. Tell me the key. What's the key to being disruptive on defense and causing those takeaways?
Yeah, I could say like growing up, I always been a guy, under recruited, looked at, and just having that dog mentality of just trying to take things away, be a disruption is definitely been my type of game. And I never shied away from the loud crowds and the chanting and stuff like that. So just having that mentality my whole life just to propelled me and allowed me to be the person who I am today, make plays on the football field.
So 2 of those takeaways so far this season were against Kansas. You had a forced fumble, pick 6, amazing. And your first recorded interception last season, also against Kansas. What is it about the Jayhawks that bring out the best in you?
Yeah, so I'm not going to lie. I felt like I didn't play my best game against Kansas, even though I had that pick, last year. But, this year, I felt like I had something to prove. I came in that game with just a little bit more, just umping, ready to play. And, I was just able to be put in the right positions and made, some great plays out there early in the game and then, late in the game.
Why that team specifically? Was it the environment or is it just the team?
I ain't gonna lie, it's the team. It's definitely the team, but they're a great football team. But I just felt like I had something to prove that day.
Yeah, and you certainly did. Well, congratulations are absolutely in order. You were just named a semifinalist for the Jim Thorpe Award, which acknowledges you as one of the top 15 DBs in the entire country. What does that designation mean to you?
Yeah, it just shows, the work that's been put in, the grind and the ups and downs I had in my life. At certain points, I didn't think I was going to continue to play football, just dealing with injuries and, stuff off the field. But, I stayed focused. And at first, when I got the news, Coach B kind of put me to the side with a group of guys. And I'm thinking he's just playing. He's like, yeah, he's up for the finalists for the Jim Thorpe. I'm like, no, I'm not. But, it was true. And I was, very excited. I called my folks. And, they kind of knew before me. Coach B kind of told them. So they were more excited before I kind of knew. But, it was a great moment. And hopefully trying to win it now.
Well, I want to talk about another DB on your team, your roommate, Miles Scott. So you guys live together, and I know you're both very competitive. Is that true?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so how does that competitiveness between the 2 of you translate off the field?
To be honest, off the field, he's kind of more chill. He's kind of more laid-back person, a guy you wouldn't expect. But we just kind of try to keep that competitiveness throughout what we do. And but when we're at home, we're more chilled and just calm. We don't really talk too much football, but we try to not really outplay each other, but we try to a little competition about the INTs and just trying to see who's gonna get the most at the end of the year. But Miles is is a great person and a great roommate to have.
So you're having a great season, and so is your team. Let's talk about the team, because a lot of people did not expect Illinois to be here. Ahead of the season, you guys were projected by a lot of people to finish near the bottom in the Big Ten. Clearly not the case. Number 5 in the Big Ten, number 24 in the AP poll.
Yep.
Was the doubts from the outsiders something that you guys used as motivation heading into the season?
Yeah, for sure. We kind of knew where, people was going to have us. It wasn't no secret. Illinois hasn't been, projected high at all ever. Probably, back in, those 2000s when they kind of, had some great wins. But, we knew we wasn't going to be projected high, but we knew the grind and the sacrifice we had to put in, that off season. And, I kind of seen the team, come together. I wasn't able to play, the spring ball because, I was dealing with, some injuries and surgery. But, I seen those guys out there working hard and playing. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think we got something here. And, let's just see how far it could take us. Just starting the season out very strong and where we are today. We just kind of see where we're going to be. We just want to finish out strong.
So one thing that a lot of people notice when they observe Illinois athletics is the slogan family with the ILL in the middle. You see it all over campus, you see it on the gear. And I know that one of the reasons why you wanted to come here to the University of Illinois is because of the brotherhood that you saw within the program. Yeah. How has the culture that Coach Bielema created and fostered lived up to the expectations of the brotherhood that you wanted when you chose to come here?
Yeah, usually when you get recruited, coaches and, staff try to tell you stuff you want to hear and stuff, just to sound good so to get you to come to school. But, coming here at Illinois is true to what they say. If one thing they're going to say is family, it's family here. They always say that other organizations aren't ran the same here. And, now the transfer portal's big, you kind of get new people coming in here and it's like, yeah, this is pretty different. We didn't kind of do this, at our, SEC schools. We got, players from, different leagues and they're like, yeah, it's totally different from here where I come from. So it's true to what it is. And, Illinois is definitely a family-based organization and I'm excited to be here.
So this is a family that has a lot of fun. And at the end of every season, you look for opportunities for growth. And for your team, especially the defense, one of those was takeaways.
Yep.
And you built in a little bit of an incentivizer. Tell me about the Mayhem Belt and the Mayhem King.
Yeah. So the Mayhem Belt is just like a belt you get, for takeaways. For the D line, it's more of like sacks and strip sacks, just pressures on the QB. And for the back end, it's more takeaways, punching at the ball or tackles with strips and interceptions. So at the end of the game, it's the defense come after a win. Defense comes and Coach Henry have a Mayhem King and. Everybody just want to be that Mayhem King because it's a belt that's say Mayhem King, and you just walk around like you the man, for that day, and you just let everybody know that you the guy with the most takeaways that game. So, I was able to get it, after that Kansas game, and I walk around the facility like, yeah, I'm the man today. They respect me, but that just allows us, just having that just allows us to be a little bit more competitive and want to, get that. Just that little incentive allows someone to, get more takeaways throughout the game.
Stand up a little straighter that day, right?
Yep, I definitely did.
So it's been a long time since Illinois football was this good. Your team only has 2 losses, and those were against 2 of the top 3 teams in the entire country. If you guys went out, that puts you at 10 wins, and the program hasn't hit that mark since 2001. It's been a minute. How hungry is your squad to get there?
We're very hungry. We always remember the past, and that first year we had a great start like this, that 2022 year, and we kind of, fell short on the back end, and, we just want to remember the past, but, we're looking in the future now, but we just don't want to fall short. We just keeping them, letting those guys know like these last couple games are the games we have to win, the most important games to what we want to be in the postseason. So we just don't take anything for granted. You just want to play great ball coming Saturday.
Well, when we look back on the season, one of the highlights certainly will be that big win versus Michigan. Not only a win against a big-time opponent, the reigning national champs, but it was a historic moment too because it was the 100th anniversary of Memorial Stadium. You guys celebrated that history with some pretty cool throwback uniforms, very unique, including these leather helmets or helmets that were made to look like the leather helmets from back in the day. What was it like for you to be a part of history like that?
Yeah, it was a great moment. At first, we had mixed reviews or mixed, about how the uniform is going to look. But I said to a couple of my teammates, I'm like, if we win this game, man, we're going to have the best uniforms out, man. But if we lose, they might be very ugly. But, we're able, to come out the win and, actually send the pictures and how it actually looks in the finishing touches and the amount of details that went into the uniforms and the helmets. Just shout out to our equipment team and, everybody that played a part in it. And just being a part of that game was just, very historical. We actually came out with a victory, against like you say, the reigning national champions, and it was a great moment for everybody. And Illinois people, kind of rest this field, and it was pretty fun, and we were very excited, and our crowd was very excited for us.
It was a really special moment.
Yep.
Well, Xavier, we started this conversation talking about you as an individual, and that's where I want to finish things. So looking forward past your Illinois career, you're projected to be a 3rd or 4th round pick in the 2025 NFL draft. How has your time here at Illinois and within this program set you up for your future football success?
Yeah, they just helped me get to where I am today, even, on and off the field, just instilling in me, the game of football and how is this played and, just being a pro athlete, it hasn't always been about football, but being as a better man here. And it just showed me that, it's more to it outside of football, and football's gonna come to an end one day, and you're gonna have to be a man, and some potentially have kids if you want. But I'm just excited, and I just hope that maybe my dreams in the NFL could last a little longer, and I have a successful career in football.
Well, you certainly have a bright future ahead, and so does this Illinois football program. Thanks so much for taking the time to hang out with us today, and good luck the rest of the season.
All right, thank you so much for having me here today.
This episode of the College Football Podcast Van is presented by Mercedes-Benz Vans.